Hello and welcome back to another episode of Boom Beach Troop Tiers and Base Designs. In this one, we were going to be going over Headquarters Level 8, in which we unlocked the Warrior. The Warrior, he's an okay troop, but for the first few levels of Headquarters, he's not that effective until you unlock the gunboat ability Smokes. So for right now, he's going to go to A tier. The Heavies and Zookas are going to be your main staple of attack strategy. The Heavies will go to S++ this time, and the Zookas will go to S+. I chose to put the Heavies up to S++ because when you combine them with Cave-In and his Crystal Critters ability, they're the combo that you're really looking for. You can also use all Heavies combined with Cave-In, and that attack strategy works very well itself. Riflemen, they're still very effective. They'll go to S tier. You can still use all Riflemen if you would so choose. I would just prefer to use all Heavies and Zookas because this time you now unlock 6 Zookas and 3 Heavies with which each boat. Artillery, always going to go to S++. It's so effective. You're still using pretty much 3 artillery at least in every single battle. Medkits will go to A tier. They're still really useful, but you're just having Dr. Cave-In as your main staple of healing, especially with his Crystal Critters ability, as well as you can upgrade the Crystal Critters ability to level 2, meaning you'll have 2 extra critters. Blairs, they're still really useful, but I'm going to put them at A tier because like the medkit, you're still using them a decent amount in battles, just not really all that much anymore. Shock bombs will go to S tier. They're still pretty effective, but you're only using maybe 1 per battle, maybe 2, depending on what they have as their defenses. If it's like an AI battle, you can have like 2 because of like maybe a boom cannon. You don't want to lose any troops. Sergeant Brick, she's still okay, but in comparison to Dr. Cave-In, she's just not nearly as effective. So we'll put her at A tier. She's still okay. You can still use her if you so choose, but she's just not effective. And in retrospect, we're going to put her artillery ability with her. Her artillery ability is only as good as she is. So if you're never using her, then her ability is just not that good. So compounding off of that, we're going to put her other 2 abilities in a tier below that because they're not as effective as the artillery ability, and you're never going to use Sergeant Brick, so you're never going to use these abilities. So this ability right here, the spawn troops if they died, or spawn the rifleman ability, it's pretty effective. It's just not as effective as the Crystal Critters ability. So it's going to go to S tier, as well as his other ability. I actually found out this ability is actually still pretty good. It puts a shield on them, and if you don't want them to die, you can just put the shield on, and it'll tank the boom cannon shot or whatever it is. So both of these abilities are pretty good, but they don't compare nearly as good as the Crystal Critters ability. So yeah, that's about it. In the next one, I don't think we'll unlock any new troops or anything else. So we'll see if it changes any. Now in regards to my base design for level 8, I kind of went this kind of weird looking base design, but I promise it's pretty effective. As you can see, I have them all spread out 2 tiles away except for these 4 defenses. So basically, they can't shock bomb any more than 4 defenses at once. So if you were to like have these mortars 1 step closer, then they could shock bomb all 6 of them. So that's why they're all spread out like that. I know it looks kind of weird, but it's a pretty good base design. Now my mines are all in places to where if they want to flank, they can't really flank all that well. And a lot of mines are focused on the entrance because that's where most people are going to come from. Now you can always put more defenses here. I don't know why I don't. You definitely should, just so that people take longer to destroy your base. And for the attacking, I went mostly Heavies and Zookas. It's probably the best thing. But all Riflemen work pretty well. Warriors, they're okay, but they're not as good as the other 2 attack strategies. Now, I've pretty much always been using Dr. Cave-In. He's the best hero, in my opinion, at this headquarters level, so yeah. In the next one, we will unlock the submarine, as well as iron, a new type of resource, and another landing craft, so stay tuned for that one.